good morning, lovelies. It is another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I just wanted to come on to talk to you guys this morning. In case you didn't know, my name is Merlene, and I am a beauty therapist and also known as the Beauty Biz Bestie here on YouTube. And I wanted to come on here to talk to you guys today about some of the mistakes that I made that I'm learning about that I realized in my first business venture. I'm not sure if you guys know, depending on where you came from, if you came from my Instagram or my TikTok, you may have seen that I had a full service beauty salon and spa that was forced to shut down due to a tow truck running into the building. So that was a blessing in disguise, is what I like to call it, because I didn't realize how deep off of my game plan that I was, because when you're sucked into the day-to-day activities of running your business, you don't realize how far off your goals are and your visions, which is why I'm doing this episode today, is to explain some of the things that I realized that I did wrong, and talk about some of my mistakes. So the first thing I didn't have was a business plan. I didn't have a business plan going into my first business. I had a rough draft, maybe like 2-pager of what I wanted, what my end goal was to make 6 figures and how I was going to do it, build a salon and hire employees and do this. But I didn't have a solid business plan, guys. And this is why I'm doing this series, is because I've learned so much of the mistakes that I made. And thank God for my business being shut down, because I don't know if we would have lasted, I don't think we would have at all. Like, in retrospect, looking in hindsight, we wouldn't have lasted. If that didn't shut us down, we would have run out of funding and we would have run out of money. And that's just what it is when you don't have a business plan. A second thing I did wrong, although I had an established LLC, I was mentally operating it like it was my own business, and not as if I am detached from the business and the business is its own entity. I stress the importance of separating yourself from your business, because you absolutely need to. Not only because of LLC, you want to separate your liabilities, but also as a entity. You want your business to be able to be self-sufficient and running without you, right? Sounds crazy, right? Because we are stylists and beauty professionals and artists and, makeup artists and nail techs and estheticians. How is that possible? But you should be able to build a business that could sustain life without you being there, without your presence. That's how you operate a successful business. I had to learn that when I just burnt out. There were days where I couldn't even get up to go in. And I didn't have the resources and the backup that I needed to sustain my business without me being there. And that was a huge, looking back in hindsight, was a huge hell no. I'm not doing that again the next go around, right? It's something to think about. Having a second artist, having a second nail tech, a second esthetician, your assistant should be able to cover you. If you are out, God forbid, a horrible accident happened to you and you're out for 3-4 days, what's going to happen to your business then? That's some things you have to think about. Another thing I'm learning, it's not necessarily a mistake I made, but I didn't realize how much access to funding I had as a beauty professional. And you hear all these people, different people getting grants in these niche products and industries, but y'all don't realize the beauty industry, we have access to a lot of funding. First off, number one, the beauty industry is $1 billion industry. So that's one thing. But we'll get to that later. Access to funding. If you reach out to or look for different beauty companies and different, just anything in your field. If you're a hairstylist, look up The Main Choice, look up different beauty products, Mazzani, I'm drawing a blank here. But look into those different companies of the products that you use to see if they have philanthropy initiatives where they give back. All these companies do. All these companies got to give away money. The big companies, they got to give away money for tax purposes, right? They want tax write-offs. Those are tax write-offs. They're giving free money out to y'all. If you're a nail tech, look into Young Nails. Look into your favorite polish brand to see what beauty initiatives they have, what philanthropy initiatives they have. that give back to the community. Also, there are small business funds. FedEx, I know, is the most popular one that I know, that I personally applied to, that has a small business grant that they offer. M&M even has one that's women empowerment one, where they empower women and give to small women-owned businesses. Guys, you got to do the work though. Y'all got to do the homework to find the funding, and it's hard. You can't just Google it. But what you can do is look within the companies that you like, your favorite companies, your favorite eyelash or whatever products that you guys use. Look into those companies. Start there. And yeah, I think for now, those are the three main that I can think of. I know there's stuff as I go along that I'm learning, and oh, I didn't have a professional business email. That's big. There's a lot of little things that you learn as you go, but yeah, that's it. That's all I have for today. And I'm going to keep giving information, as much information as possible. I am anti-gatekeeping of information because I feel like that does nobody justice, and we have to support one another. We have to lean into each other because we're the only ones in the industry that knows what we go through. So if you guys like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Love you guys. Be back later.